Hi everyone, it's Rax, and we are on the Immortal Alpha test, and we have done something that we have not seen before. We reached Paragon 150 and unlocked the Soldier Tree, which no one has seen. In case you don't know how this works, there are Paragon levels in Diablo Immortal. They're much, much harder to get than in Diablo 3, and in general, they're a lot weaker than in Diablo 3, which I think is a good thing. In Diablo 3, Paragon points are like the end-all be-all. That is really quite the opposite here. They honestly feel a little bit underpowered right now. It's not a huge event when you unlock a tree, but as we're about to see in a moment, the Soldier Tree that you get at Paragon 150 is quite good. And it's going to take several hundred hours for you to get to Paragon 150 of very efficient gameplay. So a lot of casuals, it will take you a very, very long time to get there. But just a real quick recap. Vanquisher and Survivor you start with at the beginning. Vanquisher is definitely the better choice. It gives you things for damage and things like that. If you don't know how it works, the circles are passive skills. So this, for example, gives you 100 potency. You get them forever. So anything in the circles, you get forever. So the damage nodes and the deeper pockets and the life, if you choose to max it out, and the damage, you get them forever. But the squares are active nodes, meaning you can only have one Paragon tree active at a time. You can switch it whenever you want. So this exorcism gives you a 5% increased damage to monsters. All right, so that's the difference. So Vanquisher is your standard damage dealing tree. Survivor is your standard defensive tree. We've all seen this before. There's been minor updates, but nothing major. It's not very good. Treasure Hunter gives you more rewards in the open world. This may be good when it's actually released. It may need a bit of a buff, but all I did was I went for the damage nodes and then the armor pen nodes, which give you more crit, and then I just got out of here, and I have never activated this tree. The Gladiator Tree, by the way, you get Treasure Hunter at Paragon 50. Gladiator Tree you get at Paragon 100, and this is a PvP tree, which could have a lot of use. So the actives here are when struck by an effect, a crowd control effect, which causes loss of control, you are immune, 30-second cooldown. So we tested this. If you get stunned, you aren't stunned, but then you can instantly get stunned again. So with how much crowd control there is in the game, that's why I haven't taken it, and that's why I don't activate it. There are things like reduces the loss of control of effects by 10%. That's not enough to make it exciting. The damage, the plus damage is super far into the tree. When you drop below 30% life, you will lay a trap beneath your feet. We actually try this. It's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. Fatal attacks, they reduce you to 1 life and make you stun immune. After 3 seconds, you recover 60% of your life. Well, if you get reduced to 1 life, you are absolutely guaranteed to just die in 1 millisecond later. If it doesn't give you some kind of shield, you're going to be burned and all that stuff. So it's just, this tree is just not good. So nobody has been taking it. But now we reach 150. The world first Soldier Tree, and this tree is actually pretty good. And the difference between Soldier and Gladiator is Gladiator is supposed to be, I believe, like a gladiator. You're in PvP and you're on your own. Soldier is like you're a part of an army. You're in PvP, but with a group. And it doesn't have to be a group that you necessarily queue with. It could just be, you can queue by yourself, and then they put you into little groups. And that's how you could use it. So even if you're a solo player, you could still benefit from the Soldier Tree if you like to PvP. So let's look at it. The very first one is an active node, meaning you have to go like this, boink, top right corner to turn it on. Every party member within 15 yards reduces the damage that you take by 2.5%. So it just keeps you alive for the party members that are within 15 yards. We tested 15 yards, and 15 yards is completely different from Diablo 3. It's a huge, huge distance. So it's about 80% of the screen. So if I drop a sentry right here, if I go stand about, let's say, all the way to the wall, that's what 15 yards is. So it is a tremendous, tremendous distance. So you get 7.5% reduced damage out of for 1 point is quite good. If you go across, you're going to get some bonus life. And then this skill is really good. I need to pick it up, but the problem is I need 15 points in life. You can bank up your points and then spend them to just max out the whole tree, which is what I think people will do. I just don't quite have enough yet. To get first aid. When you drop below 15% health, when a party member is within 5 yards, which is pretty close, you will gain first aid. You get 15% of your maximum life per second for 3 seconds. So you get 45% of your health back. That could save you. So that's quite good. And then over here we have some armor that we could pick up. Probably most people won't take that. Going on down, we'll pick up resistance. Resistance is not that great in this game, but we're just using it so we can pick up the damage nodes. And combat veteran. Battle morale now stacks up to 8 times, and the cooldown of first aid is reduced to once every 3 minutes. Let's go back down to battle morale. Each enemy player killed within 15 yards, so that's again a huge radius, by one of your party members increases your damage by 3% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 4 times, but it can actually be up to 8. And you can rack up quite a few kills. I don't know about getting 8 kills, but you could potentially get 24% increased damage for 10 seconds. That's actually pretty good compared to some of the other Paragon trees. Potency is worthless, at least currently in the game. No one's going to take this. So people are going to completely dodge these 2 nodes all the time and just max the rest of the tree. Armor pen is very good. It's crit hit chance, but I either hit a soft cap for crit hit chance or the diminishing returns are so extreme that I can't get any more. Cover that in another video. But anyway, the final one is sacrifice. Your death gives 15% damage reduction to all party members within 15 yards for 6 seconds. Cannot occur more than once a minute. So normally, I am not a fan of skills that essentially rely on you sucking. You die, so you get a benefit. In general, I don't like that. But you will die in PvP. It is going to happen. It's very hard. I don't know. It's very rare that anybody puts up a goose egg for deaths. And in general, at least with the current state of PvP, being offensive, diving into a team and unleashing everything that you have, even at the cost of your own death, is extremely valuable. This game currently rewards being offensive. If you kind of stand back and pepper the enemies and try to get a kill or 2 while staying alive, you're going to lose. It just does not reward that gameplay at all. With that in mind, this is going to be very strong, especially for the tankier classes like Barb and Crusader that just dive in. You can dive in, CC them, deal as much damage as you can. You can bring in the support, and when you die, you've given your teammates a very nice damage reduction to allow them to try to win the fight for you. So overall, I'll have much more feedback on the entire Paragon system as well. I think it could be buffed a little bit. I don't want it to be like D3's Paragon system, where gaining experience and getting levels is really the only thing that you do, and it's the only way that you're powerful. But some of the other trees besides Soldier feel very lackluster, and I have some ideas on how we could improve that. But the Soldier tree is the first one that it's really something that you can look forward to. I mean, the damage reduction, the heal when you drop very low, the increased damage on kill, and when you die, you give your teammates further damage reduction, as well as picking up some nice damage and armor pen along the way. It's a pretty good tree. So, more on this to come later, but I was the first one to hit 150, but Rob was there with me the entire time. So if you guys know Rob, he's my Maxroll teammate. He was blasting, man. He hit 150 literally right after me. So it was really, Rob and I worked together to get the world first. There were tons of people that helped us and played with us along the way. Lee, Facefoot, Echo Hack, Lexi, Mr. K, all those people. Really want to thank everybody who is blasting with us to get this high. What do you guys think of the soldier tree? Does group-based PvP interest you, and is this something that you're going to be blasting and saving your points for? Let me know in the comments down below, but I'll be covering a lot more stuff about Immortal, and I'm going to teach you guys how to dominate in this game. Thank you.